Good morning, teacher. I know you're busy right now, but I need to ask you an important question.
Good morning, Locus. I'm on my break at the moment, but I have about 10 minutes before the next class.
Yeah, it's just a simple question, but I can't understand it. It's about a difficult pair of words. I was trying to practice my pronunciation and learn some new vocabulary, and I noticed something. The words pair and pear. I mean, they have the same pronunciation. How can I know if a person is talking about a pear of something or the fruit pear? I know this might sound a bit silly, but it's a question I've had for a long time.
That's okay, Locus. Don't worry. You're not the first student to ask me that kind of question. I'll help you with that. This is a very common issue that students encounter when learning English. Many words that are otherwise unrelated and spelled differently sound the same when spoken, such as pear and pear. This is just one example. While this isn't a significant problem in speech because people can usually understand from the context what you mean, understanding these spelling differences is essential if you want to be an effective written communicator. In other words, you can usually figure out if someone is saying pear or pear from the context. And if they don't understand, you can always spell it for them, so they know what you're talking about.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that, but you're right, I can spell the word or ask them to spell it for me.
Exactly, if you're the one who doesn't understand, ask, can you spell it for me, please? Many people are usually afraid to ask, and that's why they don't learn. Asking is really important because if you say, yes, but you didn't understand, then you could have problems. Regarding pronunciation, English isn't a phonetic language, which means that words are spelled differently from the way they are spoken. This can be a problem. Words that are spelled the same may be pronounced differently. For example, I'll read the newspaper versus I read the newspaper. They have a very similar pronunciation, and it's almost impossible to notice the difference. Understanding these words is crucial to grasp both written and spoken English. You'll know what they're talking about from the context. For instance, if you're talking about routines, they'll say, I read a newspaper, but if they're talking about future actions, you can assume they are saying, I'll read a newspaper. Do you get it?
The pronunciation example helps clarify things for me. It's tricky, but context and time expressions will be my cues.
Oh, another way to recognize if they're talking about a specific time are time expressions. If they say, tomorrow, every day, today, later, at the moment, and so on, you have to pay attention. And now that we're talking about problems when learning English, it's important to mention idioms and slang. This area tends to be especially problematic for students. You wonder why? Because it's difficult to teach in the classroom. This language encompasses all the casual language used in day-to-day speech, and it isn't necessarily grammatically correct. It may even sound nonsensical if you don't know the context. The best way for students to master this language and idioms is through talking to native speakers, listening to pop culture, movies, songs, series, and immersing themselves in the English language. This will serve as a natural learning process that will help them pick up on cues such as voice tone and nonverbal cues. Now, if you want a video about English slang, let me know in the comments.
I'll definitely try to immerse myself more in English pop culture. Learning idioms and slang from native speakers sounds like a fun way to improve my language skills.
Also, I have to tell you about an important problem when learning English: the variations of the language. Due to the sheer number of native and non-native speakers, English is the biggest language in the world. Over time, this has caused many variations to appear and evolve differently in different parts of the world. Accents, dialects, local phrases, slang, and other variations all play a role in this. This can be a serious problem for English students who encounter distinctive variants like Scottish English for the first time. Being aware of these differences beforehand and taking them into account when communicating is crucial to avoid confusion. Not everyone will speak English the same way. You'll encounter different pronunciations, intonations, words, phrases, sentences, and more. So, no matter if you're at an advanced level, even if you're a native speaker, you never stop learning.
I wasn't aware of the vast variations in English. It's good to know, but it also makes it more challenging. I'll keep that in mind when I encounter different accents.
The best way to overcome these problems in learning English is to practice as much as you can and immerse yourself in an environment full of like-minded English speakers. Learning English may have its challenges, but it can also be the most entertaining and exciting experience of your life if you don't give up. And remember, you won't learn English fluently overnight. The most important thing is not to give up, no matter what. I hope I've helped you.
Thank you, teacher. Your insights have been really valuable. I won't give up, and I'll keep practicing and immersing myself in the language. It's reassuring to know that even native speakers continue learning and adapting to the variations in English. I'll make sure to seek out more opportunities to engage with the language and culture. Thanks again for your guidance.
You're very welcome, Locus. I'm glad I could assist you. Remember, learning a language is a journey, and it's full of surprises and rewards along the way. If you ever have more questions or need further assistance, don't hesitate to reach out. Keep up the great work, and I have no doubt you'll continue to improve your English skills. Have a fantastic day, and enjoy your language learning adventure.
Yes, teacher, and about the English slang, I want to know more about that.
I'm glad to hear you're interested in learning more about English slang. It can add a fun and dynamic aspect to your language skills. To get started, you can watch movies, TV shows, and listen to music in English. These sources often incorporate a lot of slang, idioms, and colloquial expressions that can help you become more familiar with the informal language. If you want, I can recommend some popular movies or TV shows that are known for their use of slang and casual language. Additionally, there are online resources and forums where you can find explanations and discussions about various English slang terms and their meanings. Do you have any specific areas of slang or any particular phrases you'd like to learn more about?
Thanks, teacher. These recommendations and examples are really helpful. I'm looking forward to watching those movies and TV shows to pick up more slang and get a feel for how it's used in real conversations. I'll also make sure to keep practicing the common slang phrases you've mentioned. Learning English slang seems like a fun and engaging way to improve my language skills.
You're very welcome, Locus. I'm glad you found the recommendations and examples useful. Watching movies and TV shows is an enjoyable way to immerse yourself in the language and culture while picking up on slang and casual language. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep using these phrases in your conversations. If you ever have more questions or need further guidance, feel free to reach out. Best of luck with your language learning journey, and have a great time exploring English slang.
Thanks, teacher. I'll definitely take your advice to heart and put in the effort to improve my English skills. Your guidance has been invaluable, and I feel more confident about my language learning journey now. I'll make sure to explore the world of English slang and continue immersing myself in the language and culture.
You're very welcome, Locus. I'm thrilled to hear that you're feeling more confident and motivated to improve your English skills. Learning a language can be an exciting and rewarding journey, and I'm confident you'll make great progress. If you ever have any more questions or need further assistance in the future, don't hesitate to reach out. Keep up the fantastic work, and enjoy your exploration of English slang and the language as a whole. Have a wonderful day.
That sounds great, teacher. I'd appreciate some recommendations for movies and TV shows. Also, if you could provide a few examples of common English slang phrases, that would be helpful.
Please, sure, I can make a video about English slang, but only if our subscribers want it. I hope you liked this conversation, and if it could help you improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. If you want to support this channel, you can join us or click on the Super Thanks button. Thank you very much for your support. Take care.